Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the Hotspur Cave. Welcome back to Cave Conversations. It's been a minute. Okay, guys, I apologize. I haven't gone live for about 5 days, 6 days. Technically, it's been a week. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean your boy doesn't know what's going on in the world of football. You can catch me on other streams and whatnot. You see me on boardroom talks with my boy George over here. You know what I'm saying? But we thought, the season's about to start. Let me bring back the show that the people rock with the most. The people on the channel genuinely rock with the most. I think it's this, E&J Reacts and Break Room that the people fuck with the most. So, yeah, man. George, Cave Conversation, Season 2, Episode 1. What you saying, brother?
They are, man. They are. Big up to everyone inside. Tough one we're coming in on today. I can't even lie. Man, walked into a cave and it was pure darkness. Pure darkness.
Oh, what a God.
Yeah, Jay's just catching up and he's just gonna see goal. And when you see watch, you're gonna see that it's like what a goal for every single one, isn't it? But yeah, man, tough game yesterday, tough loss. Yeah, man, we're gonna get into all that stuff. Madison out, it's tough right now for real.
Oh man, it's dark. We got a lot to get through today.
All right, from you.
Yeah, no, listen. This
calling you Pat Matter J, innit?
I can't catch a break. What's next? What's next? Bruv, Jay Vino, Mad Wake, Jade Wake, even. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you said, obviously, I'm currently catching up. I've just seen the Coleman goal. Oh my gosh. You know what though? You see goals like that, yeah, and you think there's not really much. Like, I'm not expecting.
There's nothing you can do, but when you see all of them, that's the thing. Like, I'm sat there and I was on my watch along, bro, and I'm just getting more. Like, I wanted to end the watch along at like 70th minute because I was already, them ones like watch alongs. I don't think people realize watch alongs are draining. Like, just because obviously I'm there for a long time, I'm talking and I'm in stream before watch along. People forget that I'm doing 2-3 hours before I'm going into a watch along. Then I'm going into a watch along. So I'm there trying to talk through the game. I'm trying to give you guys energy. And then Tottenham are playing shit. So I'm trying to be positive. People know I'm telling you, bro, I'm trying to use the spirit bomb. I'm trying to get the positive energy from other people, blood. Man's trying to gather it in from the people that are watching, fam. And even then, man's draining their energy. I'm draining myself, cuz. I'm draining myself, like, just sat there. And when you see the goals, bro, I saw the first one. I was like, Kane's goal, offside. We kept you, it was offside. The Kane goal was offside, innit? So because there's no VAR, it didn't get called, but it's fine. I was like, do you know what? I'll hold that one. Kane, the finish was clean. Can't do nothing about it. Class, that's what you expect. But then you see the Coleman goal. It's like, Jed, you got to hold that one. That was poor from Jed. He lost the ball and then Coleman runs down and cuts in and shoots. And yeah, Kengiz, I did say that, bro. At the start, someone predicted 5-0 by, and I said, calm down. It's not going to go that way, innit?
Tottenham Rangers, we're going to come back to this, yeah, because...
you're going I saw you find my comments waffle this as well, Tottenham Rangers. We'll get into that as well.
We're definitely going to come back to that Bergvall talk, because I think we need to calm down a little bit.
No, he's just waffling because Bergvall actually played good when he comes. This I know is straight waffle. I know what he's doing here. And then the goals, the goals after that, the Toll goals and the other person, bro, just bangers, like right in the corner. I'm looking at Vicario. When you want someone to blame, so you're looking at the goalkeeper. I'm like, why didn't you save that? But I know he shouldn't have saved it because it was Bins, fam. Like, my man Bins it. So tough.
Oh my God.
See? Jay's just seeing the goals. He started to see how I feel because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm helpless. This is helpless, bro. The man are bagging it. Got 17-year-olds scoring goals like that. What can I do, fam? Yeah.
Bible camp. What the Bible camp? You think this Diary of a Wimpy Kid, bro? Man said Bible camp. What the fuck? Hey, no. But there's 12 people in there so far. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone that is locked in. Make sure you're smashing the like. Make sure you sub to Do-Rag Diaries. Bro's on the road to that 5K. Do you know what I'm saying? He's almost at celebrity status. We need to get him there ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So when these red carpet events happen, I can get a phone call. You know what I'm saying?
I'm true, man.
No, but yeah, look, we're gonna talk about. I want to start with Thomas Frank. Let's start with the manager. Let's talk about the manager because I think he's being hung out to dry. I think he's being hung out to dry now. Everyone knows how I was with Ange and that, but what people don't know, because I wasn't actually on YouTube at the time, was whenever a new manager comes in, I like to give them the benefit of the doubt. I like to give them as much of an opportunity as I can. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put them in positions. Now, could we argue that maybe deploying Paulinho, starting Paulinho first game, bearing in mind, yeah, that the guy's barely had any football over the last year, making him start was a bad idea. Some people could say that. Some people could say, oh, we're not attacking enough, or we don't look like a threat attacking wise. But I sit there and think, yeah, I can't blame Thomas Frank for that, bro. The guy has Richarlison and Brennan Johnson in the same 11, in the same front three, and we're gonna sit here and we're gonna act like that shit's not negative, bro. That's not a negative front three. Like, and that people will tell me, oh, but like, oh, look at what he done at Brentford. He had Mbuemo, he had Wissa, he had these type of forwards that can dig him out of a hole. And the only forward that we had that could dig us out of a hole, well, the only forwards, should I say, is Kudus. And let's be real, we can't rely on Kudus. Again, he's even new. He's under a new manager. We need, like, as much as, yeah, he can hit the ground running, he still needs to get used to being at Spurs, right? It's pre-season. You've got flipping Kulusevski, who, look, I know some man don't rate Kulusevski, Elijah, but some man don't rate Kulu, but let's be real, Kulu can dig us out of a hole when we need a goal. He's out injured until God knows. When is Kulusevski back? The end of the year?
No, I'd say around October. It's one of those ones, because his injury is touch and go. It could be like, you know how Van de Ven was back in January, but never really played until like April. Van de Ven will be back next month, but he may not play until October, November.
What do you mean Van de Ven will be back next month?
No, Kulu will be back next month.
Oh,
but he like Van de Ven, he's gonna, because it's a touch and go injury. You've got to wait, like you've got to see them. Even Madders, because people don't know, Madders was a re-injury. Remember, he only came back from injury in the friendlies, played 15 minutes, then played 20 minutes, and he twisted his knee. He re-injured himself. And that's the thing that we can't afford to do with Kulu. We can't afford to have the same. So for me, I'm letting Kulu just bide his time, wait till he's fit, and then bring him on. So I'd wait till November, even December if I have to be safe. Because I don't want another injury for him throughout the season.
This is a good point.
But you know, when you talk about Frank yesterday, yeah, and you talk about Frank being left out to dry, that's a great point, because when you watch the game and you know, you can talk about some of the decisions that he's made, like you said, starting Paulinho, which I don't think was a bad decision. I think for it being a friendly, you have to try your new players. You have to play them. And with a player like him, who is an experienced player, but probably, like I said, has not played that much football, he needs to get to match fitness as soon as possible. That's why he played him. It was also a case of he's playing against his former teammates he's been training with for the past year. So if there's any team for him to be a bit more comfortable against,
it would be Bayern Munich. No, that's a valid point. That's valid.
I will agree, and I'll put the point out there before anyone else says it. Paulinho had a bad game. Like, that first half was dreadful for him. There was quite a few long passes that were just adrift. He obviously gave away the penalty to Kane, cleaned out. I don't even know who he cleaned out, but cleaned someone out. Do you know what's funny about that as well, Jay? Because I was in the watch along before. I was going, Paulinho, go let them know who they're missing. Go clean someone out. You know what I mean? Go put a foot in. I didn't mean in the fucking penalty box, bro. Man just went and swiped someone's legs, and I was like, nah, man. But these guys are listening, but they're not concentrating.
Bro,
so yeah, no,
like, Tottenham Rangers, you're gonna get timed out in a minute, bro. I don't know why you're so angry, bro. Calm down.
This is the problem. And I was having this conversation yesterday. If you're Ange in, then all the people that are seeing things go wrong with Frank straight away, or automatically going, Frank out, Frank this, what's Frank not doing? Like, there needs to be a balance. Just like you, I never wanted Ange. I never wanted Frank. I've come online to say plenty of times, but before Frank come in, I didn't want this manager. But when a manager does come in, We're supporters of Tottenham. We're not supporters of the managers. We're supporters of our club. So by being a supporter of the club, you back the club's decisions to some extent, especially when it's a new manager and we're going to be on a new project. So if you want to be mad for the next year or two, then go be that person. But you're just a salty prick. Rather than trying to back what we actually have and trying to be a little bit positive. So right now, it's like, get behind the manager, get behind what we're doing, support the club, and we can call them out for where they're going wrong. Frank has made a few poor decisions. Playing Ben Davies at left back yet again yesterday, it begs a lot of questions. You know, not going to the three at the back. I think he wants to go to the three at the back, but he may not be comfortable with the centre backs we have. I can't even lie. I actually think one player we need to watch out for this season will be Van de Ven. I think Van de Ven may get dropped and we may need to replace Van de Ven throughout the season. He needs to work on his box defending. He got spun by Harry Kane yesterday. He got spun, bro. And far too often, I'm seeing Van de Ven turn like a truck. Brother does 3-point turns, fam. Man doesn't do U-turn. Man does a 3-point turn every time he's trying to turn around.
And so Jules, can I just add to that, as well?
Somebody who's a bit more solid in there.
This whole thing, like it's very clear when people are very agenda driven. You know what I'm saying with this Thomas Frank. Now, Thomas Frank wasn't my first choice manager. Everyone knows Marco Silva was my first choice manager. However, I said if we get Thomas Frank, I think that's a step in the right direction. What you lot aren't understanding, is that one is pre-season. It's pre-season. We all celebrated when we beat Arsenal, but that was just for the tribalism. But we understand it's pre-season. Two, we understand that this board need to do some work to bring in some serious players for this 11. Not even just for the bench, for this 11. Now, the third thing I'm going to say is, bro, give the guy a chance to figure out his best team. Give the guy a chance. Bro, it's like I have to keep saying it's pre-season. We're just playing against a Bayern team, who, by the way, by no means are Bayern terrible, fam, by the way. Did you see the team they start? Did you see their starting 11? And then you look at our starting 11, bro. Come on. Stop being, like, I get it, everyone, some people are, if you're still sad about Ange being gone, then, bro, I don't know what I'm going for you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to take a step outside, breathe in, and just accept, that we've got a new manager. We're not going to get a change of manager anytime soon. So unless you're telling me, that you want to sit here and watch us lose every game from now until December, be quiet, get behind the manager, and criticize him where he needs to be criticized. I've heard George criticize Frank when he needs to be criticized. And I've done the same thing. The same thing in that Arsenal game. I was calling, I was pleading. I said, yo, put Son up front. Play Son through the middle. Just change it, please. And I called out the little things. But guys, come on, like, let's not let these agendas, you know what I'm saying? It's only Bayern Munich, lads. Do you know what I mean? It's only pre-season. It's only Bayern Munich. Now, if we're talking about the Super Cup, which we are going to get onto, then you can sit there and say, I'm a little bit worried for how we're going to deal with PSG. But then again, I'm hoping that Thomas Frank goes to a back five against PSG. Play a back five and play with two strikers and let the wing backs do the running along the wings, and just let Johnson and we've got no Solanke. Shit. Does anyone know how long Solanke's out for?
Solanke's supposed to be back next year, apparently.
Next year?
No, sorry. Next week.
Fucking hell, George.
No, do you know what it is? Because I'm reading something about next year, and then it caught me off. But no, next week, sorry. Solanke should be back next week for the game. I was heard he should be back in training, but I'll be honest. I do think having Solanke not there is an issue. I think watching yesterday, one of the biggest things we saw was the creative problem, but more importantly, how having no number 10 puts a huge burden on a player like Kudus, who's just come into the team, and now he's got to do everything. Every time they were on the ball, I'd love to see the stats. I'm going to get it up here because I'd love to see how many attempted dribbles Kudus did have. And because yesterday, he was just constantly up and down the wing, up and down the wing, up and down the wing. And
he's not, though. He's not Ange from Wish, the Tottenham Ranger. Because...
I know Tottenham Rangers just trolling.
I think his head's a bit gone.
It's not even that. I know Tottenham Rangers trolling because he hasn't said half of these things for the past month, so I know what he's on.
Yeah, he's been in my chat actually talking up, Frank. You know what I'm saying? This guy's been fairly
I know
positive.
what he's on. When I saw him in my comments from my reaction, I was like, oh, I see what Tottenham Rangers on today. It's
Bro,
fine.
Rivals didn't even call me yesterday to troll me. That's how little significance that game had. We just lost. We just held 4, to Bayern. Our former greatest player ever scored one of the dirtiest goals I think I've never seen a man get moved like that, And no one's trolled. George, have you been trolled? I have not received one bit of trolling.
People, I haven't. Well, you might be safe, but I got a panel show. Like after this, I'm getting to.
You might get.
Never a foul. You already
know.
Who
is it with? Oh, it's on NAF.
I got D Palace there, bro. You already know it's just straight skirmishing. Like this guy's gonna be on Whitings, fam. So I'm already prepared for some trolling on that side of things. But yeah, just. With the creative issue that we was talking about, Kudus yesterday, in total, had 10 dribble attempts. 10. He tried to take it down the wing 10 times, but every time he was trying to take it down the wing, he had 2 or 3 players on him. So with that being in mind, he only successfully dribbled 3 times. So when you have nobody to take that creative burden away from Kudus, and then you have Mr. Anti-footballers themselves in Richie and fucking Johnson up top, guys that run, like, how can you have somebody that comes to collect the ball and 2 players running away from the ball? Doesn't make no sense. We need signings. We need wingers. We need attackers. We need a creative player. And Tottenham Ranger, you could never rattle me. That's the thing. I can't get rattled by comments. That's the thing. I really can't. Where's Ashley though? I can't even lie. I'd love to see Ashley at this point. You know, it seems like he's disappeared with his manager. I've not seen Ashley since Andrew's been out. I really haven't. It's mad. It's mad. It's mad. Brother left with... Maybe that was Andrew's burner. I don't know. It's looking a bit spooky. That might have really been Andrew's burner.
Star in the 10 is crazy, bro. That needs to stop. Do you know one thing I will say about Brenda, About back post Brennan and that? Like, these are the players that we should be relying on if we have an injury crisis to our first 11. The Brennan Johnsons, the Pap Sars, like, those are the players that you want to see in the injury.
I didn't think you want to throw Pap Sar in there, man. Pap Sar's been really good in
but I'm saying, he looks like he's earning the quality of player that we have, right? Those are the bench. Those are what you want to sit there and say, oh, that's the last resort type of players, bro. I don't want Brendan Johnson as my first choice winger, bro. That can't happen. Do you know what I'm saying? That can't happen. Yeah, Ashley's been gone for a sec, though. Free Ashley. Can I get a free Ashley in the chat? But no, look, we got the Super Cup coming up, man. Obviously, look, the Bayern game it's just shame in it, but it kind of just is what it is. I think, if anything, it was just a big indicator that the squad is in dire need of some quality. And obviously, I was tapped into your video. I was actually watching one of your recent uploads, because I do watch the Mandem's videos and that while man's cooking or something. You know what I'm saying? A couple months ago, I was telling you, El Canoes, it seems like you're warming up to the idea. You know what I'm saying at this point? Or is it just desperation? Is it just...
You heard me in the video, bro. Shit, I'm desperate. I'll take all the players that I don't really want. Like, I'll take a Grealish at this point. People know I don't want Grealish. But at this point, you know when you watch a game where there's zero creativity in the middle of the pitch, like, I don't blame Bentancur Asar for not having that, because I know, like, we've watched these players for years. They're not creative players. That's just not in their... That's not their type of... That's not what they do. That's not their profile. So I'm at this point, I'm desperate. I'm desperate, bro. I'll take... And I'm not saying El Canoes isn't good. Like, I've always rated El Canoes. And when we looked into the signing early in the window, I think he's a good player. In like 2 years, he can become a top creator in the Premier League, a top number 10. But that's... You
think Spurs is just a bit too much of a step up? I
think that's my problem. It's in 2 years. I want somebody who's going to come in and bring us Madison Kulu quality now. I heard that was in for Nico Paz. Now that like ignites the fire in my belly again. That's a youngster.
That's off, isn't it?
Pardon?
Isn't that deal off?
No. So Fabrizio actually come out and said that. So Spurs have been in contact, or Spurs have some interest, but they haven't actually spoke to the players' agents. And the indication from the players' agents at the start of the year or the start of the transfer window was he wants to stay at Como, fully focused on Como, will not look to go anywhere else. So I won't be surprised if Spurs get rejected by this player at this point because just like Newcastle, we're not the most attractive proposition right now. So trying to get players is tough. But what we should be going to do is go and trying to compete with the bigger clubs, offering some big wages and just overpaying for some players.
Sometimes you've got to test the waters, you know, George. Sometimes
Chelsea are negotiating for Garnacho and Xavi Simons right now. We're not negotiating for any tens or wingers, bro. What the fuck is going on, fam? The man have signed like 7 attackers. We've got 1. That's the difference. And that's why we're going to fall so far behind the top 4 soon, man.
Yeah, especially if our aim is to get back into Europe, because that for me, and people said I'm delusional. No, I just know what I expect from my club, and I know where my club should be. Even them seasons where Chelsea fell off, yeah, I'm sure if you spoke to Chelsea fans, apart from, like, if you had spoken to a Lewis, you would have said, my expectation, get me back into the top 4, win me a trophy. And that's now, obviously, top 4 is a bit of a reach, but top 7, George, is not impossible for this squad. It's not impossible for this squad. And like I said, it's just now about adding the small little pieces. You've obviously said Paz as an option. We spoke about El Canous. Grealish is someone that keeps getting spoken about. His name's been all over the newspapers, all over Twitter, all over TalkSport, about how he would just be a perfect signing for Spurs. And you know what's mad? A couple seasons back, I said that is a player that I could see at Tottenham. He gives off Tottenham player. Like he just looks like a typical Spurs number 10. Do you know what I'm saying? Go and get a Jack Grealish. If I was Daniel Levy, I'd go over to Man City and say, yo, you're not getting any minutes over here. Come to Tottenham, come and stamp your authority down, and who knows? He could come to Spurs, thrive, and we could make that permanent, and that's our Son replacement. It sounds crazy because you're like, well, look at his age and do you know what I'm saying? But the reality is, yeah, we're not going to replace what Son is in it and what Son was. We'll never find that again. Do you know how rare of a footballer? I watched his goal catalogue from the other day, yeah. Bro, I don't think I've seen a better goal catalogue from a Premier League winger. Maybe Mo Salah. Maybe Salah or Hazard. That's it. I have not seen a better goal catalogue. So we're not going to be able to replace that. But we can adapt and mold the team in a different way, fam. So, bro, we should go and get Grealish. Go and get him. If City... and I wouldn't even say loan him, bro. I test the waters, bro. I say, yo, City.
He's a little
40. He's a little 40 million, bro.
Now this is where I come in and
get the money. I'll put the money on the table, George. Put the money on the table and go and get him, bro. You wouldn't pay 40 million for Jack Grealish,
bro. For one, 40 million pound on Jack Grealish is a horrible deal. This is a player who's 29 years age. 29. He cannot, like, when I mean cannot be spending 40 million pound on a player like him, we'd be going mad. Now,
so
if it's a loan,
what was it? Just a loan?
Only do a loan. You do a loan.
So you know why? Yeah? If he kills it on loan.
But this is why you put a loan with an option to buy, because we know that Grealish, we don't know what Grealish we're going to get throughout the season. We know he's up and down. We know the past 2 years he's not performed at his level, but we know Grealish at his best can be a top player. This is where you put, and it's a World Cup year, so he has to have a good season. I can't lie, John. I'd look into that, because from what I've read from Fabrizio and all the other people, I've seen otherwise. Now, I don't know if the New York Times really tapped in, but I'm pretty sure they don't have a 9 million clause, nothing, because they own 50% of Nico Paz. It's not a case of they have all these clauses. They got a match offer clause. But when I look at Grealish, you go in, you put in, let's say it's 1 year loan with 30 million option to buy. Now that gives him the 1 year to try prove himself, to try get that permanent move to Spurs. And also, let's have it right, like, his wages are huge, bro. So if we're going to be buying him, we're going to have to put him on some big money. I'm not comfortable putting a 30-year-old or 29-year-old on 250k a week for the next 3 to 4 years when we know he may only have one good season. Because we know what it's like with Spurs. And this is my issue. Why I don't want to go ahead is because if we sign Grealish, he doesn't work out. We're going to keep trying to get something out of Grealish until it eventually works out. And that's just going to prevent us from signing more players. So that's why if we were Chelsea, I'd say bring him in for 40 million. Cool, because we'll sell him next year if he's shit. But we don't move like that. So we can't afford to take these risks.
No, that's true. Big up PFC TV. Jay, you should have went in for Nathan Collins.
Nathan Collins is a good player. He's a good player. Don't think we need him, but
That doesn't excite me, bro. That doesn't excite me, man. And like George says, in it, it's all and I spoke to Monts about this. Funny enough, big up Monts as well. It's all about moving the needle. What's gonna move the needle? What's gonna kick us onto that next level? Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that's why I can understand why people probably wouldn't be a big fan of El Canoes. I think if the club, let's just say we was to get a Grealish on loan. Let's say we was to get him on loan. Would you still take a El Canoes as well if he was there for 20 million?
well, that's what we need. Yeah.
And you knew, like, let's say you knew, because we're obviously in for a centre back now. Vuskovic is going out on loan. We know that. We know we're going to need a left-sided centre back / left back. So let's just say we know that. Let's just say hypothetically we know for 100% we're going to get a new centre back. We're going to get a new left back, and we get Grealish. Would you still take El Canoes with Grealish?
That's where I'm at. I feel like if we get Grealish, and the reason I'm actually only open to Grealish, because if we can get him on loan, then we can spend on a number 10, and we could potentially spend on a striker as well. That's where I'm at. I'm like, if we bring in somebody else on loan, like we've done with Paulinho, we're giving ourselves a stopgap until next season, giving ourselves an option to go invest that money elsewhere. And Spurs can't make any excuse to try to say we haven't got the money to spend when you're doing all these loans. So I'd take Grealish on a loan, but ideally we need a player that can, like, an El Canoes would be good to come in at the 10, but be an option for the 10 and be like a competition for Kulu. And for 20 mil, you can't go wrong. For me, that's like a...
You can play out on the left as well, George.
The way that I view that El Canoes signing is just like when we got Papsar, when we got Udogie, when we got Archie Gray. That's a young player signing. That should be an investment for the future. We shouldn't even be worrying about that 20 mil. Just get him and Masad El Khalas.
Masad El Khalas. Yes.
Nah, he's a good player, bro. He's a good player. I mean, the goal he scored against us last year was class, but yeah, man, like
they just don't like any player that Jay likes. Anyone that I suggest, the chat are gonna tell me that not to get them in it. The chat are gonna do that. They do this, but you're right. I guess it's somewhat having someone to kind of, because bro, if Maddison was fit, and it's so, I feel kind of bad now saying this, bro, but. The day before the Newcastle game, I was on the stream literally talking about how this guy's only problem is that he can't stay fit. He can't stay fit, and it hurts. Like, it's sad to see that he can't stay fit because he's actually a quality footballer when he is firing. Then the next day, I'm seeing man do his ACL, and I'm just like, yo, football is a cruel sport, man. Football is a cruel sport. Go get me Grealish, get me the proper ballers. Fairs. Man are talking about the Eze deal with Arsenal is stalling. Bro, he wants to go to Arsenal. He's not coming to top.
No. I don't think that's the case. You got to see it like this, yeah. Let's have it right. Players want to move. Players want to play at the highest level. If he gets if Arsenal are stalling on the deal and he gets the indication, because they will know, innit, through agents, through intermediaries, if the club's going to bid. The club's either lied to them and told them that he's going to bid for 3 weeks and he's waiting, or he knows that they're not going to bid and he's just accepting the fact that he'll probably be at Crystal Palace. If Spurs now come in at a time of when it's very uncertain and we say, look, Eze, we're willing to build around you. Look at this Maddison injury. You've now got a space in the squad over the next season. Like, we've got no Kulu. We want to build around you. We want to take you, and you're going to be playing in the Champions League at the highest level. I don't think he says no. I generally don't think he would come. He definitely would come. Like, this is a big upgrade from Crystal Palace. Plus, he's staying in London. He's not having to move yards and them things. We just haven't acted upon it. I have heard that Thomas Frank supposedly turned him down, innit? Like, so that's why we haven't moved on that deal.
What's happening with the Wissa to Newcastle deal as well? Is that stalled? Because
Newcastle, Newcastle's striker situation is they're still figuring that out. Sesko obviously rejected
go and get Wissa, man. Go and get Wissa.
I don't know if you saw this now. Now, this is where when you saw me early in the stream, I went like this. Like, I was looking at, I see something. Obviously, we know Newcastle are interested in Nico Jackson. We know that. And I also saw Bayern interested in Nico Jackson. But there's another club that's interested in Nico Jackson. There's another club. Apparently, we want Action Jackson. Apparently, we want Action fucking Jackson. If I see Spurs replace Richarlison with Jackson, I will lose my. You guys haven't seen me lose my head yet. Don't let me see that happen, because 60 million on Jackson, I'll break my monitor. You see, when you see Speed jump into his monitor, I'll jump into my fucking monitor head first, bro. Jackson for 60 mil. Don't make me go mad. Don't make me go mad. And this was from Fabrizio, innit? So like, I can't even deny it. Like, I'll try. Usually, I tried to downplay the links when it's not tier 1. I'll say, nah, I ain't seen a tier 1 say shit. Nah, trust me. This is
Richarlison, Solanke, Nicholas Jackson. I'm gonna say it again. Richarlison, Solanke, Nicholas Jackson. Anyhow, we sign Nicholas Jackson, end the club. End the club. End the club. I would rather go the rest of the season watching Dane Scarlett up front than ever seeing Nicholas Jackson in a Tottenham shirt. That cannot happen. Don't ever. And this Garnacho stuff as well, that's not happening. Get that. Whoever's putting that in the chat, stop. It's not happening. You know, like that. We're not getting Garnacho, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? If we didn't get Kudus, I believe we would have maybe. But bro, nah. Come on, the club's not that dumb. Surely, fam. But this comment here, George, I don't know if you agree with this comment. This comment's spot on, bro. It feels like we're in no man's land in terms of player recruitment. We can't attract top players. We can't get top youth players. We're stuck fighting it out for mid-tier players. No man's land is a perfect way to describe that. We're just like, we're in limbo. That's what I was kind of explaining when we was on boardroom talk, having this conversation. I don't know if George is frozen. I think he's frozen. Oh no, he's not. When we was on boardroom talk, we was having this conversation. That's one thing I was saying, is that we're talking about the Champions League, but we're in limbo right now. Like, I don't expect us to do anything in it. If I'm being honest with you, I probably just about expect us to make it to maybe the round of 16. Maybe just about straight.
I've always predicted that.
And that's on the basis of other teams not performing like how they should. That's so it's like, I think we're just in that period now where we have to get back to where we want to be, bro. And unfortunately, this is the part of the process. That's why I said winning a trophy this season is arguably more important than winning a trophy last season. And I'll say, because this trophy this season will determine whether that trophy last season was a one-off thing. Oh, look, they won a trophy, haha. Or if it's now become if winning has become a part of our DNA. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. But, yeah, top 6 and a trophy. And I'm a happy guy, bro. We're all happy. We have to get Wissa. If it's can't speak.
Yeah, if it's Wissa, if Wissa's available, we should go and get Wissa. I think Wissa's probably the best option for us to try and compete. Have a competition or a good competition for striker. I would have taken Trossard before he joined Arsenal. He's not coming now, and Trossard's not better than the wingers we got. Like, he was good before he joined Arsenal. He's sort of rubbed himself out since then. He's just a sub player. Arsenal fans will tell you he's never good whenever he starts. And Casado's good, but he's a central midfielder. We don't need any more central midfielders. We need creative midfielders. So that's the issue. But talking about where we are and being in no man's land, yeah, I suppose we are in some extent in it. But I think the biggest problem is the scouting, in it. Like, there's always good players available, and this is one thing I tell people in the window. Like, people say, go out. Who's out there? There's plenty of good players out there. You just got to find them. You got to go to the right leagues. You got to offer, because I've seen bare teams pick up good players whilst we're just sitting around and watching these things happen. We need a number 10. Yeah, if we want a serious number 10, we're going to have to go and put them on big wages, and we're going to have to try compete. I've seen today that Spurs have 3 players above 100k a week. Arsenal have 16. That's the difference. We don't compete on wages. We don't want to offer these players what they want. So when we're going in for an Eze, we could be like, do you know what, Eze? You're gonna be our highest paid player. Yeah, you might not deserve it, but fuck it. We done that with Ndombele. We showed some ambition to get Ndombele and put him on 200k a week. That's what you need to do. Yeah, it went wrong with Ndombele. Yeah, it went wrong with Richarlison. But you have to do these things. You have to. And when it goes right, you're going to be fucking laughing because now you've got a player that's a star and he's going to be there for the next couple of years. So I'm just looking at this and I'm saying it's scouting. The issue is the scouting. It's not that we're stuck in no man's land. We put ourselves in no man's land by the club
voluntarily.
Like, it's our own faults. I generally think it's our own faults.
This comment is funny, bro. This comment is funny. Man said, "Bring
Big
back
Dan Juma." Bagged the goal against Arsenal the other day, man. Big him up.
Yeah, Dan Juma's a gunman. You know what I'm saying? He's a gunman, bro. But fucking there was two things I wanted to talk on quickly before we end the stream. Yeah. First thing, obviously, Son. He's moved on to LAFC. I don't know. I guess I haven't really spoken to you about what your thoughts were on that. I mean, it was the right time for him. I think we can both agree. The fee as well. I was actually surprised, bro. We actually didn't take an L on Son. We bought him in for what, 22 million, and we sold him for 20 mil. Hey, listen, that's a win-win situation, and he won us a trophy, man. So yeah, Son, you're a legend, mate. I see my man do the LA, like the announcement video. I was like, damn, our announcement videos are so cringy, bro. Theirs are so sick, man.
Nah, the Kudus announcement was cold. I can't lie. The Kudus announcement was cold, man. My mum was hearing rhythms. When I heard the rhythm,
the Kudus one was cold, but the Paulinho one, nah, bro. I wasn't a fan of that.
No, do you know what was the funniest one, bro? The Paulinho one, no backward steps. No, did you hear Dragusin's announcement for his fucking number, bro? Brother was just doing straight.
Why did they announce that?
Bro, Dragusin was doing straight waffle, fam. Man, just like, I want to be here from 6 to 3 times, 3 years. I was like, bro, shut up, man. Put the fries in the bag, fam. But
I said personally, yeah, that until a winger that comes into this football club that is worthy of the number 7, we should retire it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't be giving none of these scrubs no number 7. I don't want to see no Odebert 7. You know what I'm saying? Or Tell 7. I don't even want to see Kuda 7. I don't even want to see that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That number
is a 20 anyway, but
serious weight. Serious weight.
I like the 7, to be honest. If I'm looking at next number 7, I'd probably go. I'd say like this way you make your big signing. Your big signing is your next.
Your £100 million.
I can't understand why Spurs are still like. Yes, I say I can't understand because this is Spurs every fucking year, innit? Like we wait until the season starts before we start signing players. But like it's so confusing as to how we can let go of a Kane, let go of a Son, and not adequately replace them. Like it doesn't make any sense at all. Like, yeah. You know, Sonny leaving, big up to Sonny. It was a big loss. And even going into the season, like, we need to replace his goals. People sit here, and I say time and time again, like, you can name all these wingers that are good with the ball, you know, like the Grealishes and so on, but how many of these wingers are going to replace the goals that Sonny got? Not even at his peak. What he got last year. Sonny scored 8 Premier League goals. No other player in our team got 8 Premier League goals off the wing.
Bro, do you know, we were sitting here praising Richarlison for getting 12 not too long ago, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that is such a good
this
point.
Is where I'm at. Like, even Sonny got 8 goals. The year before that, remember, he got 17. We haven't got a player that can get those numbers.
He started the season well the year before that as well. He started on fire.
He started on fire, bro. And it's just like, I need to see, the only time I'm going to be convinced by this team is when I start to see some of these signings of goal scorers. Like, I need to sign someone and be like, you know what? That's goals. That's goals. I don't think any of our signings scream that. And the players we're looking at don't scream that either. But yeah, we need to go. It's just... Honestly, it's so bleak. Like watching the past couple friendly games, it's been very clear what Spurs need. But watching yesterday, just it puts it smack bang in your face because the creativity just really wasn't there. And look, SSJ's bringing off names of good players we can go and sign.
Matoma, I was even thinking Matoma's a scout, bro.
There's not players out there. There's plenty of players out there. You just got to put a bid in. You got to test teams' resolve. You say, do you know what? We got 60 million because we do. This is the thing. Spurs can't tell us we don't have money. We got 60 million that hasn't been spent. Go put that money on a fucking player, bro. Like,
there you go, bruv. Hey, this would be a good signing. Spurs will probably get Mateta. Mateta is a top sign, bro. If Mateta automatically becomes the best forward at this football club.
yeah.
But okay, maybe barring Kudus, because I can't lie, bro. I rate Kudus so highly now. I'm even thinking I might even have to get a Kudus shirt, bro. You get me? I was looking at the black Spurs top in JD the other day, thinking, I might have to get Kudus. If Kudus scores in a North London derby, then I'll get it. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, chat, you're right, bro. There is no ambition from this club. And that's why when I saw Daniel Levy come out and do that overlap thing, I'm just thinking, he does this every year. Anyone that fell for this bullshit is stupid. Do you not notice? If there's 2 or 3 weeks or a month of us complaining about no signings, then they drop the overlap thing or what's the fan forum thing, right? They do the little fan forum. Then everyone's back on side and forgets that we've got Richarlison up front at the start of the season. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I guess another thing I wanted to ask you was, who does that armband go to now? Because for me, it would have been James Maddison, but
no, you're going mad. Man said
I'm
just
giving...
good, like brothers see a guy who smiles and's good vibes.
No, but it's not even because of that, George. Yeah, it's because Ben Davies doesn't start enough. I don't think Romero is a very good captain, personally. I don't think he's a good captain, and I don't trust him not to just go and randomly get sent off. Do you know what I'm saying? Maddison is the only player that I could see, or maybe Vicario, but then obviously people was talking about how Vicario could be leaving. So I was like, I don't know who I would give the armband to, but yeah, it would have been Maddison or Vicario for me. But what about you, bro? What's your personal opinion? Who would you?
I'll be real, like it chooses itself. For me, it has to be Romero, innit? You choose your best. Like for me, it's got to be 2 things. You got to have a guy that's the best player. It's got to be one of the best players as captain, and the guy that like leads by example in that sense. And then also you got to have a player who's willing to put like they show the passion, bro. They show the passion for the badge, and the player that can actually slap it on players and they're gonna listen. You need someone that's gonna stick it on the team. I feel like Romero is that guy. Now, I do have some questions regarding Romero's actual captain abilities on the pitch, ordering players around, staying focused, and keeping them all on the ball. That's the bit where I do have some questions. But when you talk about being a hothead, Romero didn't receive a red card for the whole of last year. He's got like 3 yellow cards. He's got like 2 red cards in our Spurs shirt across 3 years. Like, there is a myth that he is definitely ruthless and can be aggressive and reckless at times, but he's not a guy that gets loads of reds and loads of yellows. That's the thing. He's not a fouler, like in that sense. So when I look at it, I feel like it has to be Romero because we don't have anybody else of captain quality. It would be Romero or Vicario. And then away from that, Kulu could have been one. Kulu would be a.
I actually wanted Kulu to get the armband.
Yeah, he captained Sweden. He definitely has captain material in it. But again, he's not even around for the start of the season, so you can't captain him.
Yeah, you can't captain him. Yeah.
I think Romero picks itself in it. He's the oldest. He's the most senior in that sense. He's one of our senior players as well. So yeah, like Romero is the one that everybody's gonna listen to, bro. You see this guy booting and kicking players, bro. Like, I want somebody who's gonna slap someone in their face sometimes. I feel like if when there's having, like we saw in the documentary, when Lloris and Son were going at it, Romero's the type of guy just grab their head, slap them together, be like, pattern up. That's what I want from our captain. He's got to have that authority in the changing room. So I think Romero's probably the only guy. Dr. Durag and EJ. I ain't seen them in a chat together for a long time.
Nah, bro. And then you got the flip it. Nah. And then you got
J Cave Bros. I big up to J's Cave Bros. That's my guy, man. Man's always in the chat. Come on, man.
Big up yourself, man. A game versus Bayern, you need a red so you can have an excuse for the belt to air. Fairs. We had 10 minutes.
I need to do an away day this season. I ain't done an away day in a long time, PFC. I actually ain't. I do have a Connect. My cousin's a season ticket holder, but I need to just getting away tickets are hard, but I need to do one, man. Away days are great. Have you ever done an away day?
I'm just gone, so I can do the last away day was Tamworth, innit? You know what I'm saying, bro?
Wait, you went Tamworth?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah. Me. No, that must have been different. I ain't gone to no away days. Like, I ain't gone to no tiny stadium away days. I think I've been
every away day I go to, we actually get slapped. St. James's Park 6-1 slapped. You know what I'm saying? Yep, slapped. The Amex 2-0 up, slapped. Yeah, Anfield. I've seen us get slapped 5-0 at Anfield. I've seen us get slapped at the Bridge. The one stadium I've never seen us get slapped at is the Etihad. You know what I'm saying? Every time I've gone there, we've left with 3 points. You know.
Maybe Dre just needs to stop going to games, fam. Man said you get slapped every time you're there. Like, what's I can't lie. I think I've only seen Spurs lose like in person 2, 3, maybe 4 times. It's not been that much. Anfield, I watched us lose at Anfield. That's one game. Like Anfield was dark times, but away from that, man hasn't watched Spurs lose that much.
No, the darkest moment for me last season, was the 6-3. It was the 6-3, bro, against Liverpool at the Lane and that, bro. That was that was darkness. You don't understand. You don't know how it feels, to like go toilet and hear the away end, and then like you're walking back to your seat and you hear the away end again, bro. Like do you know how this club? Hey, Thomas Frank, if you're watching this, which you're not, please, just if we're gonna lose, do the 2-1s and the 2-0s and even a 3-2 I can accept. But don't ever let me see my team concede 6 goals at home again. Please, never. That is some school football teams, some school football team scores. You know what I'm saying? But Jay, go to Old Trafford, you and George. You know what, fam? Should we infiltrate Old Trafford this season? Might have to infiltrate Old Trafford.
Manchester's so long. I can't lie. That's the only thing, man. I'd like to in a away day that's a bit. Trafford is so far. Like if I'm going up to Old Trafford, I'm gonna have to get a hotel. I ain't driving up there and then driving back. That's all long and getting. I don't. Oh, that is myth.
Yeah, that's long. I ain't doing all that.
But if I'm going up to Manchester, I'm staying for the weekend too. I'm not going up there for just a night. I need to beat Man United and then you already know what I got on. Hit the strip. You know that one's there. So yeah, no.
We won the second half. Oi! I ain't heard that saying in time. We go to the Etihad in 2 weeks. Yeah, I might have to be there still because I can't lie. I need to see Pep's Barlet doing this again, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's no greater feeling than
bro. Man need to see the
red man pulling out the follicles in his head.
Man, gonna have hooks like that next season. Don't worry, bro. We're gonna see hooks and D like that with their Barlet just.
Man said them Mancunian things, you know. Nah, you lot are funny. George better do it Sunderland though.
I wouldn't mind.
Sunderland away is not a Newcastle. I don't think you understand, Going to Newcastle itself is a journey.
I just deep, that's further than Manchester. Fuck that. That's further.
So leaving at half time because your team's 5-0 down.
Bro, one day I had to go Newcastle and come back in the same day. I was driving for all of 11 hours, pretty much. Like, man, do 5 hours there, chill, done a couple things, and then 5 hours back. This is where you're a troll. If you're really on it, I'll run a stream right now for half hour just to school you on this rubbish. Like, if you're really on it, I'll run up a stream right now and I'll make it Mr. Box Office versus George. Because now I know you're waffling. How was Odegaard? He came on for 15 minutes at the end of the game, 20 minutes. And you're like, how was Odegaard? What's Odegaard supposed to do when there's nobody to play him in behind? Nobody to get him on the ball?
Done leads away. Sorry, go.
No, that's all I'm saying. I'm not Box Office. You can't be doing that. Don't worry though. Your clips are coming out. Yeah, the clips are coming out. Box Office. You are a fraud. And
you got the receipts. Man, it's dark. It's dark. Ellen Road is a beautiful stadium though.
The whole of that boardroom talks. You guys are gonna see the argument. All the Mr. Box Office. We're getting a RICO case on you. We are getting a RICO case on you, bro. Don't worry. Yeah,
I joined late and just heard shots just being fired. I said, oh, damn. Shit. Man said, George, really sit down, bro. Yeah. Man said, run me my face.
He's running. Don't worry. I'm saying that, bro. Run me this debate. Run it up right now if you're bad. You know one of them ones. I'm calling you out, Mr. Box Office. Are you going to run it up? No, you ain't, because you know that I'm going to win. It's all right. Running.
Come on, man. Hey, you lot tap in. Make sure you're tapping into Do-Rag Diaries, though, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, most of you should be subscribed already, but if you're not, you know what I'm saying? If you're a new subscriber to me, you know what I'm saying? We have a rule over here that anyone you see in this box next to me or on any box on this screen, you go and you subscribe to them. You go show them some love. You know what I'm saying? Bros consistency. Consistency. It's not even George is actually his middle name. His first name is consistency. You know what I'm saying, fam? So you lot tap in, tap in, tap in. Guys, another thing as well, yeah. Vlogs. I want to start incorporating some more vlogs, yeah. So let me know if that is something you guys. I'm gonna put a poll up on the channels probably in like an hour or two. Let me know what type of vlogs you want to see, or if it's just any type of vlogs. Bro, my days be full of shit. So much be happening. The other day it was Jamaica Independence Day, and we had a barbecue in the park. You know what I'm saying? We had a barbecue in the park. Got the flags out, the Ray and nephew. You know what I'm saying? And we had a lovely barbecue. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you guys want to see some vlogs, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Also, interaction, people. Like the stream. Like the stream. Like the stream, bro. It's free. It don't cost anything. Like the stream. But yeah, man. What are you saying? What are you gonna run that stream in box office?
It looks like he's running, man. Cool running. Nah. Stunker. That's what he's moving like, bro. Cool runnings, man. Oh, all I'm saying, Mr. Box Office running. That's all. You guys see it, innit? You guys see him in the chat. He's talking, but he ain't once said send me the link. So that's cool. We ain't gonna run it up. It's fine. I will be live at 1 p.m. though. I will be live at 1 p.m. So it's cool. Mix the buff.
Yeah, I was gonna say let the chat know what you got coming up, man.
Live every day, man. You guys know me by now, Mr. Consistent. Like he said, we run it up. We're on the road to 5K, but real close to 4. We're trying to get to that 4 before the end of the month. And the start of this month's been great. You guys have been really supporting. So big up to everyone. All the people. I know all the people inside in the chat already. You guys are all locked in it. I can tell you man are the real ones. So you might know what's coming up. Tap that post notification bell. But 1 p.m. we're back. Tottenham transfer news show. A bit of a review from the game yesterday. Some of the links that we've had in between that game over the day. And yeah, man, stinker and hooked for Mr. Box Office. Running.
I see power. I see. I don't know about. I see pride in it. I don't know what you mean by that. So we're not gonna touch on that. But yeah, people, I will be back. Probably on Sunday. I think I'm gonna run up a stream with Mike's. Me and Mike's ain't done a show for a sec. So yeah. Also, this week we are going to be building up to the Super Cup. Premier League prediction show. Yeah. We this week we got a full schedule. I'm back from my week off. We got a full schedule this week. So tap in. Make sure you got that notification on so you don't miss an upload. Please, people. Please. Even if you come back and watch it on playback, that's all right too, bro. I don't mind. As long as you're here, you're supporting, it's much appreciated. But people, I'm going to catch you lot in a bit. I think George is going to be heading over to NAF very shortly. So make sure you lot do just go over to the NAF chat. Go and drop a wagwan. You know what I'm saying? Big up Cass and them lot as well. And yeah, I will see you guys on Sunday. Goodbye. God bless. And I'm frankly insane.